Hello, Year 10. What is it you want from me? Oh, answers. Of course. Good morning. It's Friday, and it's the last Friday before half term. And that's a good thing. No matter what else is happening in lockdown, holidays will be observed. So, without further ado, you wanted answers. Well, you might not have wanted them, but you're going to get them because that's how it works. So, here they are, the answers. Question 1. Which British company, one of the world's largest makers of aircraft engines, recently announced it will be cutting production, losing 800 jobs? Of course you knew this one. It's Rolls-Royce. It's local. I can't believe you didn't know. The aviation industry has been badly hit by the pandemic as many flights across the world have been suspended. Aircraft manufacturers have therefore cut production and Rolls-Royce has had to follow. That makes a lot of sense. It's sad, but there you go. By the way, we got that one right. The scores on the doors for this week, by the way, are 18 out of 20. I am very impressed. Thank you to all of you who took part. Question 2. True or false? The International Energy Agency has managed an 8% increase in CO2 emissions. It's, of course, false. Obviously, that's false. It's actually seen emissions fall by 8%, which is good, really good. It turns out humans weren't the virus. It was capitalism. Question 3. Which of the following countries, as of the 14th of May, had reported no deaths from COVID-19? It's Vietnam, so Saigon, sorry, same reference. Vietnam has reported less than 300 cases. Their success has been attributed to aggressive testing, contact tracing, and public messaging. Question 4, what's the name of this landmark? It's Stonehenge. Traditionally, around 10,000 people have gathered there. Is it Neolithic? Yeah, of course it's Neolithic. On or around the 21st of June to mark midsummer. English Heritage said it was cancelling the event, but it has gone online. I fully intend to take part on the online event because, well, I've never seen it and I'd like to. Question 5, why are 2 pandas expected to be returned to China from a zoo in Canada? It is because there's not enough bamboo in Canada to feed them. Pandas only eat fresh bamboo, and Canada has a limited supply, which might run out. The pandas arrived in Canada in 2014 and were expected to stay for 10 years as part of an agreement with China. But yeah, there's not enough bamboo. The sporting world has something to focus on now. The Bundesliga has resumed. Well, it had done. I don't know whether it's still on anymore. What is it? And I knew this. Yes, it's a football league in Germany. It's the first of Europe's major leagues to swing back into action. The German Football League has tested players and coaches regularly for the virus, and teams have been in quarantine for the past week. Then some of them developed the virus anyway. Question 7. Why has Tesla boss Elon Musk been in the news again this week? Because he's insane. The question is B. He's defying coronavirus shutdown orders by reopening a Tesla plant in the US. And he'll be fined per day or up to 90 days in jail. Question 8, what's the purpose of this robot? It's encouraging social distancing. It's patrolling the area starting this weekend and broadcast a pre-recorded message to visitors to remind them of the importance of social distancing. It'll be equipped with cameras that will scan the surroundings and help officials estimate the number of people gathering in parks. That's not at all dystopian and weird. Not at all. Transformers actor Mark Wahlberg. It's not more than meat and fries. I wish it were, but it's not. It's Wahlburgers. He said he's somewhat used to getting accolades, so it's nice to help champion for someone else and give them the credit they deserve. Aww. South Korea has over 100 new cases of COVID-19 linked to a man who went night clubbing. No, I knew this one. He went on an epic bender. He went to something like 26 bars and clubs and infected everybody there because he'd been in quarantine for 3 weeks, which apparently wasn't quite long enough to come out the other end. And as a consequence, Seoul's mayor ordered more than 2,100 nightclubs, bars and discos closed and urged others to enforce antivirus measures. Because, yeah. 11. The song Waterloo. Obviously, it's ABBA. Obviously. Eurovision Come Together saw the public vote for their favourite. On the night this year's song contest was due to take place. It was cancelled in March, and the Swedish foursome won it in 1974 in Brighton. Went on to sell 6 million copies. Which major city was this attraction open? I struggled with this one, and apparently we did too. We got this one wrong. It's not. Well, it's Shanghai. So there you go. Question 13. Tapas is a common style of food in which country? It was C, Spain. Yeah, Yeah, you said Spain. I gave you that. Which billionaire is selling a stake in Virgin Galactic to raise $500 million to prop up his other businesses? It's beardy Richard Branson, of course it is. He's criticised for seeking financial help from the taxpayer for Virgin Atlantic. He will now share a space tourism business share instead. Good. It's not like he didn't have the money. Question 15. What was odd? You got this one right. He was 11. Closure of schools gave him plenty of time to practice because apparently distance learning isn't a thing when you're 11. The previous record of 900 degrees was set more than 2 decades ago by skateboarding legend Tony Hawk. He did a series of PlayStation games. I played them badly. Question 16. Which European country has this flag? Yes, it's Denmark. You got that one. It's not hard. Question 17. Donald Trump's response to the coronavirus has been called an absolute chaotic disaster by Barack Obama. Mr. Trump maintains his administration is getting great marks for its response. Donald Trump hit back at the criticism by saying that Obama didn't have a clue. Plus, he said he hadn't heard what he said, but he himself had been a chaotic disaster. What is the capital city of Kenya? It's Nairobi. Mombasa is the second largest, while Gaborone is the capital of Botswana. Because, of course, you knew that. Question 19. Last month, Leicestershire man Graham Walters, not like Leicestershire man, just a man from Leicestershire, broke the world record for the oldest person to row solo across the Atlantic. How old was he? He was 72 years old. Well, there we go. Set out in January and landed in April. Wow. I mean, that must be weird when you finish your journey and the world has gone into lockdown. Can you remember the Australian wildfires when we thought they were going to be the worst thing that happened this year? Jiminy cricket, things have moved on. Question 20. An overpaid boy? No. Are they overpaid? I mean, given that they finished their career by the age of 30 and then that's it, they can't exactly do anything else. Are they actually overpaid? A question for the ages. And it was Ali, because it's Dele Alli. Thanks, Toby. I wrote it down. Yeah, I didn't know what the answer was. He's a Tottenham and England midfielder, and he was held at knife point during a burglary of his house in the early hours of the morning last Wednesday. The intruders stole items of jewellery, including watches. Ali has handed CCTV footage to the police, because good man, and hopefully they're caught. And there you have it. Those are the answers. It is the 22nd of May. I would check the whiteboard, but I don't have one. And that's Friday for you. I hope you've had a lovely week. I hope you're looking forward to a half term where there's less work to do, but you are year 10, so I guess there's still work set over the half term, just not as much. If you do need more, of course, do comment. I'm sure I can find something ridiculous for you to look at and entertain you or otherwise confuse you in the meantime. Other than that, yeah, have a lovely weekend. I shall see you on the flippity floppity. And yeah, you know, one thing I've noticed, I've not been recording these in the afternoon, so I can't say my it's 8 o'clock phrase. So I do apologise because it really isn't. I mean, at the moment it's the night before, but by the time you're watching this, it'll be morning. So, oh well, nevertheless, I hope you have a lovely half term, and I look forward to seeing you when we're all able to see each other once again. Stay safe, Year 10.